Welcome in, All Clemson Tigers Show. I'm Jason Priester, part of the Clemson Maven multimedia platform. Gonna do a little sneak peek at Boston College ahead of the Tigers' pool play game against them Friday morning. The winner will move on to the ACC semifinal round. Before we get started, take a minute to remind you to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Got plenty of videos. If that's your thing, check us out. Putting them out, almost on a daily basis these days. So do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Yeah, Clemson knocks off Virginia Tech in Durham on Wednesday night, 14-5. Over the first 5 innings of that game, it looked like Drew Hackenberg kind of had Clemson's number. He was very good. He was just kind of cruising right along. 2 outs in the 5th inning. Tigers have two runners on base and a little pop fly that isn't handled by the outfielder. Drop, both runs come home to score, and Clemson kind of they kind of blow it open after that. Later in the inning, Caden Grice hits a grand slam, kind of put it out of reach, but just one of the typical characteristics we've seen out of this Clemson team. They don't beat themselves, and when the opponent makes a mistake, they tend to pounce on it and make them pay, and that's what happened in that big inning last night. Seven unearned runs in that inning. All coming off of that drop pop fly. So they made Virginia Tech pay big for that one mistake. Hackenberg, never made it out of that inning. Clemson was able to add some insurance later in the game, cruise on to a 14-5 victory. Up next is Boston College, Friday morning, 11 a.m. It's the last team that beat Clemson back on April 28th, and this is a very good Boston College team, projected to host a regional. No doubt a top 25 team, depending on which poll you look at, where they're ranked. Again, very, very solid Boston College squad. Clemson managed to take 2 out of 3 from them on the road back at the end of April. The one game Clemson lost, pitcher Jack West or John West had the Tigers' number that day. They just could not do anything with him. Went 6 innings, allowed 2 hits, just 1 run. Joey Ryan came out of the bullpen, finished it off with 3 perfect innings. We'll see what Boston College decides to do here because they've got John West available. They also have Chris Flynn available, who is their top starter, who has been going on Fridays. He's 7-2 this season, 3.82 ERA. West's numbers aren't quite as good as Flynn's. He's 5-3, 4.98 ERA. But again, he totally shut Clemson's offense down back in April. So it'll be interesting to see what Boston College decides to do here. Eagles come in, hitting a modest 274 as a team. Joe Vetrano kind of leads the way. He's batting .312. He's got 18 home runs, 55 RBIs. Barry Walsh is hitting .309. He's got 8 home runs. And Travis Honeyman is hitting .304, 6 home runs, 30 RBIs. So not eye-popping numbers if you just kind of look down the lineup at what Boston College brings to the table. But a team that plays very fundamentally sound baseball, in some ways similar to Clemson, they don't tend to beat themselves. We'll see what Clemson decides to do with their pitching. They kind of treated the game against Virginia Tech as a midweek game. Started the freshman Joe Allen, kind of got beat up a little bit, didn't make it out of the second inning. Clemson's bullpen came in and finished it all for them, but they've got all 3 weekend starters available. We'll see what Eric Backus decides to do. I tend to lean towards thinking Austin Gordon might get the start, and then we would see Caden Grice on Saturday if they were to make it into the semifinal. That's just the way I kind of see it playing out. Doesn't mean it'll play out that way. That's just kind of the way my thinking's leaning today. Again, Friday morning, 11 a.m. Don't forget, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. and we'll see you next time.